Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you today. Y'all know what it is. This is what we call Way Out Wednesday. This is called Way Out Wednesday. And what that is, that's where you right there, you. No. You become the boss. All you have to, yeah, you too become the boss. All you have to do is give us a call, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Give us a call and we'll talk about anything that you want to talk about and talk about it. And it's what, Anna?
Entirety.
Entirety. It is entirety. So y'all make sure y'all give us a call. We want to be able to address anything that is on your heart. But before we do that, we got two pieces of business that we got to do. And ladies are always first. So Anna, tell everybody who you are and where you're hailing from.
Well, y'all know I'm Anna from Lunchtime with Anna, and y'all know I'm calling from somewhere out here in Georgia, somewhere in the outskirts of Atlanta.
Look, parts unknown.
ATL. Because you know, if you're from Georgia, you actually say ATL. What Leonard said?
Leonard ain't say nothing. Leonard ain't say a word.
That's you saying
Yeah, that's him.
Leonard, tell everybody who you are, brother.
I'm
Where you
give
hailing
people my address.
Exactly. 247. Go ahead, Leonard. Where you
None of
from?
your business.
Exactly. None of your business. Boulevard, Georgia, 3331. 2. Leonard, tell everybody who you are, where you hailing from, brother.
This is Leonard Jones, National Spokesperson, New Order National Human Rights Organization, calling from Covington.
Look here. That brother said, I tell you where I'm calling you from. You know, I wish your mother.
I'm thugging it.
This is where I'm at. Come on over here and see me.
Come with it.
Come on. I wish you would. I wish you would, Raheem. Tell him, come on, Raheem. I ain't gonna tell him nothing, Lynn. I ain't gonna tell him.
I can't with you.
But listen, we're gonna talk about something until the people start calling in. I know they're gonna have what they want to talk about as well. But let me ask you a question. When you going out for on an evening, you and the husband, y'all going out, a big function, formal, and you get dressed and you're preparing yourself, you do your makeup, you do your hair, you put your best smell good on, and he come down the steps, he got his nice tux on, nice shade, got his tux on, got his smell good on. And why are you looking like that, Anna?
Because that don't ever happen. But go ahead.
And both of y'all are looking and smelling good. How do you feel?
You just see my face because that don't ever happen.
I'm like, I can't even stop. Why am I looking like that?
This is crazy. That don't ever happen. It really don't. I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because of my circumstances or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what that is at all. I can't. I guess it feels good.
Mm-hmm. When you let's take it individual. When you dress up and you put on one of your outfits that you really enjoy, and you like the way it looks, like the way it looks on you, and you look in the mirror with that outfit on, how do you feel?
Oh, I always feel good. I'm like, look at me today. Mm-hmm. But I'm an outfit type of person, so I'm always getting. Okay, so while we've been on quarantine, I ain't been ordering out of country, of course, but I've been ordering within the United States. Amazon getting a lot of orders from me for these nice fresh dresses I'm wearing for the summertime.
Oh Lord. Okay. And
see, I like to look good, especially for church and functions like that. I love that.
Okay. Now, majority of the time, and we don't have to personalize this thing. We can actually talk in general, but most of the time, when a person dress up and they look good and they know that they look good, Anna, who are they really dressing up for?
For me.
So you dress up just for you. It has nothing to do with who's gonna see you. And
I don't care. I don't care because I'll go out in some. Y'all don't want to see me other times when I go out with a bun. Well, I wouldn't even call it a bun. some sweatpants, mix match shirt, some slides. It's just however I feel that day. So if I feel like getting up and getting dressed, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. I do it for me, and I do it because I like fashion.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
because anybody tells me or I want anybody to be looking at me. Or no, you can look at whatever you want to look at. Those are your eyes. God gave you your eyes, but I'm looking good because I wanted to wear that outfit and them shoes. I can't wear purses because I got some medical issues, but I can't. But if I could, I would too. But I like to look fresh. I know y'all like to look fresh too, don't y'all?
Well, I'm going to go to Leonard and find out whether Leonard like to look fresh or not. The Leonard like to look fresh. That's the term. They want to look fresh. But Leonard, when you dress up, man, and say you put on your nice tux, you know that tux or that outfit that when Leonard look at Leonard say, man,
I'm the man.
hey, look.
Oh, I like that.
Man, I look good today. Come here, girl. You look at me. Call your wife. Come here, look at me. Don't I look good? Don't I look good? Don't I look good? Leonard, when you do that, Leonard, first up, and because Oprah's told me when you look good, you feel good. Oprah's told me a long time ago, when you look good, you feel good. You're clean. You get on your nice cologne, and when you look good, son, you feel good. Then first is that do you find that to be true? When you look good, you feel good. Do you feel better when you look good?
Yeah, if you take the time, I used to be a big shopper.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of clothes, jewelry, all that type of stuff. Um, it just depends on the occasion, really.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear gaiters every day.
Wow.
So I used to dress up all the time. A lot of people would know me from, I used to wear a lot of jewelry or different things like that.
Well, you
Of
like
course,
Mr.
I
T?
love,
Well,
huh?
you like Mr. T?
No, I didn't used to wear that much.
Okay.
I didn't used to wear that much,
Mm-hmm.
but I have the stuff. It's just that I guess I kind of toned it down a little bit the more weight I gained.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't wear a lot, but I used to wear suits and ties and stuff every day.
Mm-hmm.
So now you all usually catch me just chilling most of the time.
Okay.
So I'm very much comfortable and just regular stuff you throw on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually beads, little hat. I'm not. But if I were to dress up, you would probably think it was pretty different.
Okay.
I don't wear a lot.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
But yeah, man, I mean that was me. As a matter of fact, I shop more than my wife. I used to buy clothes for my wife
I know
all the
that's
time.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you see color in her closet, matching shoes and purses, it's because I bought them for her.
Okay.
Because she hates shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And
So Leonard, with that being said, let's ask the question, man. When Leonard dress up, and Leonard got that look that Leonard really, really likes. When you dress up, brother, who are you dressing up for? Or majority of the people, if we're not gonna personalize the majority of the people, who are they really dressing up for? Is it for themselves, or is it that they want people around them to see them a certain way?
you should want to look good.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Come on.
You should want to I'm a very occasion person.
Mm-hmm.
So I love occasions to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But the older I've gotten, I have gotten lazy though.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten real lazy about it. Matter of fact, I turn down stuff so I don't have to dress up.
Mm-hmm.
But and stuff like that, So it's my occasion. I'm getting that feedback. Are you replaying it?
No. I don't know what that was. That just then. I actually clicked on another one, but it made.
Oh, okay. I know I was hearing. People like me always question when you start hearing stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure it wasn't just me.
Lord.
Yeah, man.
This is way out Wednesday, y'all. This is way out Wednesday.
I love to dress up, and my wife will tell you I'm kind of petty about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she won't shop for me for things to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm very picky.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But man, I used to really shop, man. I used to work at department stores all my life as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
I used to
you're looking for the hookup.
sell clothes,
Oh
everything.
yeah.
At the back of my truck, I used to sell clothes.
Good Lord. But see, but see,
I ain't say all that.
mhm. But see, what you got to understand,
Manifestation.
a lot of times with some people, with some people, man, they dress up not because of them, but they want people to see them in a certain light. They want people to see them in a certain way. And sometimes, Leonard, and as strange as it is, and strange as it may sound, people go out there and spend money that they don't have,
Oh, not me.
so they can keep up a look, a falsehood, so people can see them in a certain way. I've seen some of the man. Look here, I'm gonna tell you something, Leonard. I've seen some of the brokest people I've ever seen in my life dress better than anybody else I've ever seen in my life. I've seen that, man.
I haven't.
I've seen that. They know they don't have the money, they don't have the means, but they have to keep up this look. They have to keep up this aura, man. I'll fake it until I make it. I'm gonna look the part. Hold on, brother, but your light bill about to be turned off. The man out there about to turn your lights off, brother. And you sit here buying all these fancy shoes and shirts and but see, Leonard, people, I think sometimes people lose their vision and their focus as to what they really should be doing, and what a lot of time people are buy what they want and beg for what they need. What do you say to that?
It sounds like a personal problem.
Absolutely.
I don't care. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I know some people they spend their disposable income on money. I mean, on clothing and stuff because they like to look good. I know, like, say for instance, I'm not that obsessed. I have a nephew who probably has 100 pair of shoes. Okay, 100 pair of gym shoes.
Wow.
I can't tell you the last time I bought. If I buy gym shoes, I get them from my brother, who don't want to wear some of his old shoes anymore. I'm not.
That's right.
I mean, I'm a very bargain shopper. I don't like to spend a lot of money because I don't have a lot of money. And I like a good deal. So that really was. I mean, shopping was a lot of my therapy at one time, and that's just what I used to love to do. As a matter of fact, going through, we're packing up some things for my mom's things, right? Shoes and things, clothes with tags on them and stuff. And, I mean, she used to love to shop as well. But that's what we used to just enjoy doing for like relax time.
Yeah.
So now I've just gotten like lazy, I guess. Or, I like occasional dressing, I would say now. More so than doing it when I used to get up and be in corporate every day. Because now I got some gators for every day.
No, that's that Michigan in you. That's that Michigan. Exactly. I was talking to my wife yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and I wear jeans a lot. I wear jeans. It's just comfortable. But I said, baby, I said, you remember, and this was quite a few years ago. I was living in Columbia, South Carolina, where for a good 3 or 4 years, man, I didn't even own a pair of jeans. Man. Wow. Yeah, she was like, she said, yeah, I remember. I said, baby, I didn't know. I said, well, I wear them now, but there was a time, a good 3 or 4 years, I didn't even own a pair of jeans. I didn't have them. Every day I had slacks, and button downs and stuff like that. Man, that was my dress. That's how I dress. And if people, when they start seeing me in jeans, they start flipping, man, what you got on, man? I said, what you mean? Yeah, but these are jeans, and so now I guess I wear jeans more than what I would like to, and I think I'm going to start gearing back towards. Because my manager gonna make sure I dress a certain way, so I got to make sure I gear myself a certain way, so and kind of steer away from the jeans as much. Not saying I'm not gonna wear them because I love jeans; they're just comfortable, man. It's just comfortable. Good morning, Sherry. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I had a situation this morning I had to handle. See, before I get on air, I gotta make my bed. Because if I don't make my bed, it's gonna flare up my OCD, PSCD, RESPCT, ABCD, EFG, and then Leonard gonna have to give me some good right juice so I can get back on point.
She woke, y'all.
Yeah, I stay woke. I stay woke.
Oh, she's been awake because I've been
Exactly.
awake.
Exactly.
I'm on fire for Jesus.
Oh,
Amen.
Sherry, let me ask you a question, Sherry. Let me ask you a question. Sherry, you like to dress up. You like dressing.
Oh yes, I like to look pretty.
Okay, and when you look pretty, and that's how she said it. You have to look pretty. When you look pretty, and Sherry is hair, makeup, everything is done. Outfit is on point. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's that the commercial. I don't know if y'all seen it on TikTok or not, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But when you dress like that and you're looking good, Sherry, how do you feel?
I feel like $1 million, but I don't wear makeup.
Oh,
I
that's
have no
right
idea
there.
how to wear makeup. I couldn't tell you how to put makeup on. I don't know. I've not worn makeup in like 20 years, so
Coming to the
so I don't
room,
I don't know how to do that. But when I get dressed up and I be looking from head to toe, get my nails done, my toes done. That's what I'm saying. Well, once we get off of punishment, I'm getting my hair done, get my nails done, get my toes done. So I'll be like, hey, Jesus is good to me. And I got to look good because Jesus blessed me. So Jesus blessed me. So I got to look good and go tell how good God been because look at me. He blessing me.
Okay, hold on. Sherry ain't gonna stop. Hey, Sherry ain't gonna stop.
Come on now, it's Wednesday.
Sherry, let me tell you this here. Let me
I
say
can't
this
with
here.
y'all.
Let me tell you this here. When you're looking good, Sherry, and you're in that zone, you look in the mirror, you're like, girl, you look good.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you look good.
I
And
be
you look,
liking myself.
and you look at
That's all kinds
who
of
are you really dressing up for, Sherry? Is it for you or for the people that want to see you?
For me, because for one,
Thank
I am not
you.
going to look like what I've been through.
I know that's right.
I'm not because I remember when I went back home, my friend we met for no, met for lunch with her, and she was like, "Oh my God, you look so good, Sherry." I said, "What am I supposed to look like, a ragamuffin?" I refuse to look like what I've been through. It's a lot of people walking this earth that been through a hard life and everything. As a matter of fact, I was at the grocery store. This lady walked up to me and spoke to me like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Hi, this so and so." I was like, "Okay, she's only like maybe 7 years older than me. She looked like she was in her 70s. God forbid, Lord have mercy. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to preserve everything that God has gave me. I'm
I
gonna
know that's
preserve it.
right.
I'm get some of that baby oil and put on my face or something, whatever I gotta do to keep it pretty. Pretty. I'm gonna say about Atlanta, them Gators, that's a Detroit thing. When you have all colors, that's a
I didn't
Detroit
say I have
thing.
all colors.
You got a Gator for every day of the week.
I have my favorite pairs that I like.
That's a Detroit thing.
I'm gonna get you sucker. I saw the man had the Gators
Oh,
in shoes.
I ain't seen that movie in forever.
Man, look at that man had a little fish in the shoes. Leonard,
yes, yes.
Leonard said that I'm from the now, baby. Ain't putting no doggone fish in my shoe. Leonard when I think got a baby squirrel.
But you wanna know what my favorite part is? Raheem, that part when he was at the rib shack and he was like, "Can I just get one rib?" And he pulled out all that money. You got change for 100.
I'm gonna get you sucker. That's a
That's
classic.
my cheap stuff.
Or Leonard might remember this movie here. What's the name of it? It had a long name on it. While growing up in the hood and
Okay, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Oh Lord. I forgot about that one.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
That's
Lord
probably
Jesus.
one of the most ridiculous movies in the world.
Yes, it was. It was like, kids, what do you say when you meet a nice man? Are you my daddy?
I can't with y'all.
yeah, it's going off track. But Anna, let me come back to you. And Anna, you say that one of the things is that you dress up for yourself, and pretty much everybody say you dress up for yourself.
You should.
But does it matter if somebody come up to you and they ask you this question right here? Why'd you put that together?
I've had that happen.
How did you respond?
I could really care less. You don't pay for my clothes, first of all. Second of all, I will say this. I might like to shop, but I shop clearance rank. Okay. I don't pay no $100, $200. No.
Right.
$3 or $4, $10 the most. Okay.
Yeah.
And I like to dress. Okay. I like to look good. As you guys see, if you guys see all the different shows, I usually wear different outfits, and so I do. But at the same time, whoever has anything negative about anything you do, but your clothes as well, that sounds like a personal problem, because they sound like a hater to me. Because if you don't like it, get your own outfit that might fit you a little bit better. Straight up. You better stop. And you, Mr. Manager or Mr. Bossman, I will be sending you messages when we go back to the studio, and I will be reminding you. Don't forget to put on your nice clothes for whenever we have our clients come in to the studio. Don't forget. And if I see you in jeans, I'm going to tell you, you said it on air. Leonard and Sherry and the listening audience heard you say that your manager needed to remind you. So I am holding you accountable to that.
Leonard, what are we creating, Leonard?
I mean, me personally, I don't care if you come in pajamas. I like to be comfortable.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love jeans. I love jeans. I wear them all the time. However, like today, I have a dress on. I feel like wearing a dress. I'm gonna wear a dress, and ain't nobody gonna tell me it looks good. It don't look good. You know, some things I don't feel comfortable in as much because I'm not 21 anymore. I'm now 29. You know, so I just kind of watch it. Raheem, you are such a snitch. I tell you. At least Leonard has my back. He just sat there like, okay.
Leonard, I didn't think. I've been knowing Leonard for a while now, and I've never put Leonard in the category of a person that's gonna co-sign a lie. I've never put Leonard in that category. Leonard's gonna tell you the truth. But hold on. But I've never seen Leonard be in the category. I've never put that brother in the category of somebody that's gonna co-sign a lie.
He sure won't neither. He'll be like, I don't know. I'm leaving.
Not even with my wife.
My name Bennett. I ain't in it.
Exactly. But Leonard, what would you do if somebody come up to you? Now you think you think you right. You did that thing, Leonard. You've done it. And then somebody come up to you, one of your boys come up to you, man, why you put that together, man? What's that, man? Nah, you need to go change that, brother. What do you say to him? This is one of your boys. It's not a stranger. It's one of your boys.
I doubt that would ever happen. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm trying. I know, if you were just really messed up, it would be funny.
Stop it.
But if I'm dressed, you gonna want to wear it. Trust me.
Okay then.
I ain't never had that, that situation. But I don't know. I don't really know very many men that act like that. So it would be cool. I mean, I don't think it would be nothing bad. I think it would be funny more than anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Joking around and stuff.
Let me do this. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? This Flipper.
Mr. Flipper. Mr. Flipper, what's going on?
Good morning.
I'm all right.
Mr. Flipper, I'm gonna give you the same scenario, man. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, man? You dressed up, man. You sharp. You razor sharp, man. Razor sharp. You look in the mirror. You say, that guy. Cause you look, you know you're looking good. Okay, you know you're looking good. How do you feel, Mr. Flipper? How do you feel at that point?
I mean, I'm not really trying to, impress nobody, but I will try to look my best. So when I see myself, I'll be like, I think I'm ready to go. So if nobody don't like the way I look when I go out, I wouldn't care because I'm not here to be like.
Okay. So are you dressing up? Are you dressing up, Mr. Flipper, for yourself or for the people that want to see you?
I mean, for myself, 'cause I got to be as comfortable as possible.
Okay. Sherry,
Mhm.
what are some
Yeah,
what are some
I'm
of the
sorry.
places? What are some of the places? And we turn a little bit here. Okay, let's do it this way. Are there some outfits that are not appropriate for church?
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. I was told long time ago I had took a class. Basically it was the class of design that to take women and put them back in the workforce who are unemployed and underemployed.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through the class and everything, and I had mock interviews and everything. They was talking about the three B's. We should not see your bottom, we should not see your belly or your breast.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you kind of like dress like business casual because it's like if you bend over, no one needs to see your business.
Mm-hmm.
If you squat or whatever, nobody needs to see your business. If you raise your arm, and every time you raise your arm and your hand or whatever, and we seeing all of your business, you're inappropriate. You go to church to hear the Lord, not to show everybody your business.
Mm-hmm.
But people do it. And I understand it says come as you are, and I get that you can borrow clothes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I bought clothes at the thrift store. I mean, if you take the time to look, you can find some good stuff in there that's, $2 or $3.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's just that's just the line people just cry. Well, God say come as you are, but some people who have that negative attitude, they have something else in their closet. They just didn't want to put it on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then there's people that genuinely don't have anything and they're still trying to make a change. So they might ask someone, can I borrow something? They might, try to get a pair of slacks to go with a shirt they already have and maybe put a sweater on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just people just come to church looking like who did it where, like they basically went to the club that last night and was late for church and put on the same exact outfit on that they had the night before.
Mm.
Seen it, been there, done it.
Wait a minute, what you mean when you say done that now? Hold on now.
What? You getting a little sketchy.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out what you mean when you say done that. That's all I'm trying to
Oh
figure
no, that was a slip of the tongue. That was a slip of the tongue. Jesus, Jesus know my heart. Jesus know my heart. But I'm saved,
out. Mm-hmm.
sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. I'm a new creature now. I'm a new creature.
I got you. I got you, new creature. Anna, what do you say to that? Anna, is there any outfits that are not appropriate for the church? Anna?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it. I was focused on something else. I'm sorry. What did you
Are,
ask?
are there any outfits that are not appropriate for the church?
I will say this, Sherry. I totally respect your opinion on what you have to say, but our Bible clearly states, "Come as you are."
Mhm.
If there's some things that people are a temptation to them, then don't look. You know what I'm saying? Some women know no better but to dress a
That's
certain.
all to tell a man all this stuff in front of him and he up there and he's still
No, I've
trying to get the
actually
word, he's
had
still
men
trying to get the
tell
word
me,
inside his wife, and he's talking about don't look wrong. Okay,
no,
no, no.
seriously, look, I had a friend of mine tell me, I'm not gonna expose him out there because he's constantly on social media. He told me, he goes, "Yo, Anna, I was crying, I was about to get saved, and then I turned around and all I see is this girl. I'll just say she had a dress that fit her body very well.
Mm-hmm.
And all he could do was stare at her." I said, "So in other words, lusting over that woman and you're gonna excuse me, you're gonna blame that woman was more important than you
In your
following and keeping your
salvation.
focus on the Lord. So you failed your father." Same thing as there's some guys that go into the church. I'm gonna tell on you girls. I don't care because I say it how it is. That they might have those little sweatpants on with a nice little shirt, and y'all looking the wrong way at things you guys shouldn't be looking at. And I'm gonna keep it as clean as possible because we're at a radio station. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the same difference. It's a matter of you keeping your focus on what that message is about, what your father is trying to let you know, and get out of there. Whatever is going on in between, I'm not saying that they should dress like that. I'm just saying give them the opportunity to get right, because some people know no better. Some people are
Mhm.
still fighting demons. So we as Christians, as the church, have a responsibility to not get involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people in church with wow. I mean, I'm like, I wouldn't even go back when I used to go to the nightclub dressed like that. But that's their issue. That's not my problem. That ain't gonna give me any brownie cookies when I make it to stand in front of my father because I was talking about somebody because of the way they were dressed. That ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? And same as the guys and whatever way they dress to the church or to attract attention or whatever women they're looking at or whatever they do. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to follow my father and what he wants from me and move on, go home, continue doing my job. And I'm sorry, Sherry, with all the love in the world, I agree, but disagree with you because we just can't judge. What about that homeless person that comes into the church? And I've seen it happen. And not one person in that church gave that person a hug because of their smell or whatnot. And I sat there and I hugged them like they were my favorite person in the world. That might have changed that person's life forever. So when it comes to me, I'm not going to judge any of that. And I don't care what anybody says. It's your opinion, the way you want to dress to church. That's why there's different religions and there's different takes on that. Good morning, Chrissy. And there's different takes on that and how people feel. Now, do I believe that you should dress a little bit more modest when you're in church? Yes. But we can't judge people for not doing it or doing what they do. That's not your problem. That's them with God.
I'm not gonna shame them for it. I'm just saying that people have this attitude sometimes that they just gonna wear whatever, and they could, but they just don't. And I'm not gonna shame them, talk about it, because at the end of the day, I don't care. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, that's not gonna affect my relationship with God. But I just know I have seen people do it intentionally, and they have other clothes. They just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was touching on that point. But as far as I know people are homeless. I work with homeless, so it's like I'm not gonna like not deal with them because of that. But I just know I have dealt with people like like at my church, women would come, like the older women would come, like, baby, you need some clothes. Then they're like, no, to come to church or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't need no clothes. I got stuff like that at home. They just don't wear it. It's the attitude behind it. But I mean, it's whatever. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna argue with you. You wear what you want to wear. That's fine. God bless you and keep it moving.
May I interject real quick?
Okay, one more. I'm gonna pull everybody else in, Anna. So make it quick for me.
Okay, so and again, maybe this person, this woman or this man, they're dealing with demons and they're lusting over some things. And this is where we as Christians have to work with them and help them and pray with them. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
Leonard,
I got it.
Okay, Leonard, what's on your heart, man? It's a lot going on right now, man. What's on your heart concerning this?
Well, excuse me. Like for church, there's some things that are inappropriate. Having worked in corporate America and worked, especially, it's more an issue for women. Working with dress codes and things like that of that nature, and women have the issue.
Do you think, Leonard, that you, if you was the enforcer, and you probably was the one that enforced the dress code, do you find that you would have more situations? I'm gonna say situations with young ladies in comparison to men in regards to the dress code. Them want to dress the way they dress. Why so?
Because women are more vain. And they do things, and they do things with their bodies and their clothing and things to get attention. So as a man in the workforce, for one,
is it insecurity?
Like that,
is it insecurity?
Not at all.
Okay.
They just use what they got to get what they want.
Okay.
And you have to always be aware of that. And so, especially in church, I love what Sherry said. That is good teaching for young women. That's for everywhere. That's for everywhere, what she just said. Now, I don't have no problem with freedom or how women. I could care less if you walked around butt naked.
Bucket naked.
Well, I would care about that. I gotta rap.
Hold on, put it up.
Now, if a woman gets offended by certain things, she has to think about it. You know what I'm saying? If you look like you selling something and somebody asks you how much it costs, you can't get offended.
Let it know. Let it know.
We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? I'm going to come to you next, Christy. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Lisa. I'm calling from Kansas City.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing just great.
Good deal, good deal. Lisa, have you been listening to the broadcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to it. This is about the dressing in church and all that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What's on your heart? Is there an inappropriate way to dress for church?
There is an inappropriate way, but what's appropriate to dress anywhere is a key factor. But I wanted to take place with the young lady who spoke. There are some young ladies, because I had to dress this myself. I'm a tall young lady, almost 6 foot. I'm almost 6 foot. So a lot of my skirts and my dresses are not down to my knees. I've had a lady, and I know how to dress in church, but they're not down to my knees. Just a normal skirt that you buy doesn't go to my knees. So with that being said, you do have young ladies that are trying to change their lives, that do go to church. And when they go to church, that's the key factor of them being there. And it depends on how that next Christian woman approaches them. If they approach them with another outfit or a dress or whatever the situation, that might be positive or might be taken into one account. But I'm going to say this. As a young Christian, when I was a young Christian, because now I'm a woke individual.
Come on.
It's not up to the next person to come in and convict me. It's up to God to convict my own spirit. See, that's what people are not understanding on certain things. And when you know that old saying is that you continue to see how people walk in that spirit, and then it eventually convict you to want to be like that.
See, that's good.
And that's what I have seen. You can't tell me how to do this until I see you do this. Because I know back in the day, a lot of those church women wasn't wearing dresses all the way down to their knees. It took them a minute for them to be convicted spiritually in order to get there to that point.
Absolutely.
Some of them was bebopping and bopping and bibbity and dipping. And the problem is, it's not just the women, but there's the men. You got men in there that going to church on the wrong reasons. Wasn't because of God.
Good deal. Miss Lisa, stay right there for 1 second. I want to pull some more people into the conversation. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. Christy, what's on your heart behind this? What do you say? Because I've seen some pastors, and they'll come, if you're close enough to them, they'll come and they'll talk to you. And they'll tell you that sometime a lady will go in the front row and sit in the front row of the church. He's up there trying to bring forth the word, and she's sitting there with her legs open, and she don't have on any undies. And one of the ladies in the church, the ushers in the church, will go over there and they'll take that sheet and lay it over her lap and let her sit there with that sheet. Keep this right here, baby. Don't you move the sheet. But see, Christy, what's on your heart? Is there an inappropriate way to dress for church?
Okay, so let me go ahead and just bust this wide open. I was gonna try to be nice about it, but that ain't me.
Bust it open.
I'm gonna bust it wide open. Just like Leonard brought Players Club in here, use what you got to get what you want. I'm just so let's be honest with everything. I grew up in Church God in Christ ministry. I grew up in a church where you couldn't just wear anything. You walk up there with anything, they gonna tell you, I don't care who you are, visitor, non-visitor, they will let you know, but they'll let you know in a proper manner. Yeah. I think the problem is the church has lost the properness in teaching and telling people how they should come into the house of the Lord. second thing is a problem is we have too many lustful ministers, and we have to watch what we wear because I'm gonna tell you this. I wore a dress to a wedding, and it was a little short, but it wasn't that short. Yeah, it wasn't up to my thigh, but it was like a little bit above my knee. And a lot of people here, because I stay in a small town, know that I'm a minister. They took a picture and sent it to my leader. And my leader counseled me. She said, "Well, Chris, that's kind of short." I say, "Well, it was all right for me." You know, she said, "Well, you pray and let God lead you, but I know, I can chastise you and because I know you can receive it, and you know." So I took it, and the person that sent the picture, I said, let me show you what she had on." So my thing is it teaches us a woman should dress in modest apparel. That's the word. And we can't sugarcoat that. We can't water it down. Women, we have to watch how we dress because as we dress, we entice men. But also, men, I need you to learn that you have to have some kind of about yourself. You have to have some kind of control about that little package down there and start thinking with your mind and not down there. When you going forth with the word, you should be under the Holy Ghost, not seeing who in the front seat looking up somebody's skirt, whether it's open or not. Now, the proper thing for the ushers to do is to put that sheet over there. That sheet is to come out. I know people when we go into the prayer line, it's women who have short skirts and then they start jumping up down. We'll put the towel around them quick. Because it's inappropriate. Just like it's inappropriate to go to the club dressed in certain. Some clubs has dress code. School has dress code. I don't understand what the problem is by the Lord tell you dress in modest apparel. We buck against that because we want to show our bodies for what? Everybody shouldn't see what's under your clothes. Everybody shouldn't see what you got. Everybody shouldn't be wearing these tight pants and these low cut shirts showing your body. But then you wonder why our men just want to have sex with you. It's all about what you want. If you want a man to lust after you for your sex or what's on the inside, then you're gonna drop some metal pill because he's not gonna be able to see what you got. He only gonna see your mind. Or he's gonna see your spirit. So it's all on what you want. If you want to go to church dressed up like a hooker and they start treating I'm like, look, they start treating you like a hooker, giving you money, you can't get mad.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull the mic back from the preacher. Because the preacher gonna keep going. The preacher ain't gonna stop. Mr. Flipper, what do you say to that, man? Do you think there's an inappropriate way to dress, Mr. Flipper, in the church?
Yeah, it is. I mean, to be honest, I think some people do it for the attention, and some people, like that's their normal dress and they think come as you are, they actually come as they are. But I think they get it out. But sometimes they get that kind of confused sometimes with coming as you are and respecting the Lord's house. So,
please leave your message for.
Okay, so I'm trying to call that person back. Well, my thing is this right here. I think, and Leonard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think where it says "come as you are," it means the spiritual, on your spiritual level, not necessarily how you dress. It's talking about on a spiritual level, and as you come as you are, the church will build you. The Holy Spirit will build you to where you need to be. But come as you are. Come with your hurt. Come with your pain. Come with whatever you have, whatever is in your heart. Come as you are. And as a church, that the Holy Spirit will build you from where you are. I don't think that has anything to do with your dress. Leonard, am I off with that?
No, because that's really what it means. Come as you are, as wretched as you are. But you shouldn't leave that way.
Exactly.
You like I said, I'm all about being appropriate. I understand the difference between lack of means and folks who are showing off, and we have to understand that that's part of church culture. Dressing up and looking good is part of church culture. So you have
hold on. My callers, mute your line. We got some background. We got some feedback coming from your line. If you're on the call line, mute your lines for me. Very good. Go ahead, Leonard.
And like the culture is Sunday's best. That's where it comes from. It's because that's when you would dress up. Yes. Because you worked all week. You were dirty all week. You worked hard all week. So when Sunday came and you went to present yourself, you dressed up. It was a time, if you see a lot of the old pictures in the I say old day. How one even at a baseball game. black folks had shirts and suits and ties on.
Yeah.
Because the baseball games were usually on Sunday sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's the first of all, we have to understand it's church culture to dress up and look nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the culture. You can't get rid of that. Think about it. Women wear these outrageous hats.
Lord.
You wear them so people see them.
Mm-hmm.
To get attention.
And can't nobody behind them see nothing. Can't nobody behind them see nothing.
Right. And I think each church dictates that. I think. Is that right? Y'all help me out. That each church may dictate a certain level. I'm familiar with Church of God in Christ rules too.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to, you usually would all see those women more, the long skirts and not a lot of jewelry or makeup, all those types of things like that, adornments and things like that. So I'm used to that part, but I don't think anything is wrong with it. However, there are some people out there on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to trust me, men know how to pick those women out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So feel free to dress how you want and do how you want. That's how you'll be perceived, and it's hard to change that.
The persona.
Looking right at it.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Christy.
My grandma used to always tell me about Pentecostal women, even though those skirts are all the way to the ground. She say they're easy to come up.
Easy.
So just because you wear them long skirts,
there you go. Dress the part.
So just because you wearing them long skirts and you ain't wearing no pants, don't mean you ain't out there doing some things, y'all.
Right.
I'm just putting it out there. I told you I was gonna be real on this subject.
And a lot of times it helps to cover up them tattoos and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because some women come to church to show you they tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they call it what's on the back of the back above your bottom. They call it a
stamp.
If you ever see that in church, hurry up and cover it up because it's not appropriate.
I don't have any tattoos.
Anna over there, like, what are y'all talking about right now? Wait a minute, tramp stamp and all. Wait a minute now.
Well, no, and I do. Sometimes it will show or whatever, but overall I try to be modest myself. What I was stressing was that when things like that do happen, instead of maybe us being so negative and men being so lustful and women, because I've seen men go in there and I've seen women, I've seen it at the corner of my eye. I'm like, I just start praying. I'm like, Lord, just let her eyes move elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it happens. It happens all the time. So don't anybody tell me it's just one sex or the other. They all do it. Everybody does it the same. Okay. And Christy, if you're and Sherry, you as well. If you're as honest as I am, you're gonna say how it is. They both do it. It's just the same. Now, do I think that maybe women attract maybe in men's opinion? Yes, but guess what? Men do it just as much. Women like it just as much. And they're lying to you. They're just more discreet about it because obviously their husband's sitting right there, right beside them. And let's say how it is. If and what I was trying to say with that was, okay, so if these women do this, us that have been here, Christy, who's been going to the church for a while, I've been saved for 24 years. Before that, I was going to church, all my life. I never even wore a set of pants. To me, that was like, I grew up Pentecostal. That was a no. You can never wear pants to church. Mm-hmm. I did my first time going to a Baptist church, and I was so uncomfortable. But I've learned that it's not bad as long as they're not real tight, but I'm still not comfortable doing that. I still got to wear my skirts to church. I'm getting more used to these things. But with that being said, when these women do come in like this, because, I guess the topic is directly towards women, because men do it as well. I'm going to keep saying
No. We're not getting toward any particular male or female. I'm just saying, and when I say inappropriate, men could be very inappropriate in their dress as well. They're
all
very,
the time.
Yeah. And so, we wasn't beating up on the women with this one. With this one. Sometimes we do, but not with this one. But go ahead.
So, but what we do as women that are already there in the church, we get close to these women. We do it with love. We do it in a Christian way. We don't sit here and criticize. Oh my God, did you see what so and so had on? Oh gosh, cover yourself, because more than likely what you're going to do, you're going to push that person away from the church. That's not what we want. That's not who us Christians are. And that's my main point. And that's what I mean. Like, if you see them that they come in like that, fine, you know, have them help you maybe back with the children, with the nursery that day, so they're not as much bringing up as much attention. And Christy, you're a church leader as well as I am. We can, you know, you can do things like this without being so obvious and without starting gossip, because that's one of the main problems in the church right now, the gossip that goes on. Instead of talking about that girl or that guy and the mistake that they made, because maybe they know no better, maybe you don't know where they come from, you don't know who their family was. Show them. Exactly. I bet you they're going to love you, and they're going to love God so much more for that.
Sherry, and I love what Anna just said. So being a seasoned person in the church, you see somebody come to church, maybe they don't know, or maybe they just don't have the appropriate clothes because they're so used to a certain lifestyle, and they're coming to that church with what they have. That, you know, at least they're coming. At least they're coming. So if they're coming to the church as they have, what should you do? How should you address them as a seasoned person in the church so they don't feel bad and you don't push them away? With love and kindness have I drawn thee. How would you show love and kindness in that situation?
Well, my mom, she's a minister, and she you know, does, you know, the nonprofit thing and everything. I remember a couple of times where some women would, you know, roll their eyes, what she got on, this, that, and the other. And my mom would take money out of her own pocket, pick the ladies up, and go take them shopping. She might spend maybe about $100, $200 and buy them something, not nothing extravagant, just a pair of slacks, a nice skirt, and a blouse for them to have something to wear. And that's how you're supposed to do it, you know, unless you're is all in love. But I understand the first day you come there, you don't have. It's just that the attitude behind it. I mean, that's my issue, is that, you know, I understand coming to your, okay, but just, I mean, and then you can be a humble person, say, well, this is all I have to wear, you know, and I know I don't, you know, I mean, it's just like, I done seen a lot of stuff, but I also seen a negative aspect about it. And I mean, me personally, I don't feel comfortable wearing stuff that shows certain parts of my body. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to wear stuff that I used to have a skirt. It was really short, really. I used to call it my get 'em skirts. I would wear it when I would go out, my get 'em skirt. And then girl, I was getting it. And then once I had kids, I threw it away because I have two daughters and I have to be an example for them. That's just my take on it. But I'm not going to chastise somebody and be nasty to them because they don't have. And if I'm in a position to go pick them up something, I want to, it's like it's like kind of like taking somebody under your wing, talking to them, hey, how you doing? Maybe invite them to lunch and maybe take them somewhere. But I know it's been times when my mom has done that, and then she might set a limit of $150, try to take this person shopping. Well, I don't wear stuff unless it's name brand. Okay, then that has happened too. So I'm trying to do something for you just for you to wear to church. I only wear name brand clothes. What, really? It's the attitude about it, because I've seen so many stuff over the years. And then, like, my mom, she used to work at a radio station. It's certain churches that she would go to sign contracts with or whatever, have meetings. The pastors would not see her. She had on pants. Well, she was like, well, in the wintertime, I only wear pants. Why? Because I have arthritis. So it's like, it's the way you come at people. You don't know their situation. But I can take this a whole nother level. I done seen some stuff. You know how you be a kid in the church, you be sitting over to the side and adults be talking, you be listening, but you can't say nothing because you have to stay in the child's place. I done heard some things. I can tell you some stories. But I'm just saying we just have to be mindful how we approach them and come in love, because you don't want nobody to not come back to church because you came off at the wrong way. And a lot of the older women in the church, when you get a certain age, they just say whatever, and it just needs to be handled in decency and in order.
Okay, Leonard, what do you say to this, man? Because a lot of times people do get together and they'll meet in the parking lot or after church over there, sit there and they'll just talk about this person. they'll talk about the man or they'll talk about the lady that's dressed inappropriately instead of them and talking about them is one thing, but why not? Okay, somebody in that group should say, look here, maybe they don't have. How much money you got? Extra money on you? Give me $5. You give me $10. You know, give me a couple of dollars. Let's go over there and give them this. Find out what the situation is. Give them the money that they need. Give them the money that they need so that we can make sure that this is not a problem going forward. What do you think the approach should be, Leonard? How should they combat that?
Well, first of all, it's not about a value. You made a value judgment.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think that them people didn't have money to buy clothes they wanted to wear?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I mean, this is not a poor people's issue.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an issue of not having anything else. This is the issue of this is about choice.
Mm-hmm.
So one, if you go to work, you're gonna put the uniform on. You're gonna wear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got to be on a certain team, you're gonna put that in a uniform on. If you go to work, say for instance, if you do construction, you're gonna put on steel toe shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue is something about that person. Now, I can tell you, you're not gonna offend me at all. That's not the thing. But you need to be careful about the sacrifice you bring into the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Now you couldn't. This is why things were the way they were, and you have to be a certain way. And you come in there how you want to, and you mess around and drop dead for disrespecting the temple.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that one. It's something against people not having, because like Christy and Sherry and them were talking about. My mother was that mother. I tell you what, we could go get you a black skirt and get you a white top and get you some black shoes or what have you to make sure you do have at least one outfit appropriate to wear to church.
Yeah.
So it's not, and one, I think that's a whole thing dedicated to women, and they need to focus on because that is a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge problem. And women have to understand it, but we have this attitude where one, we should be able to do whatever we want to. So when you do whatever you want to, you're going to get whatever's out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is good for women in and outside of the church. And women can lie about it as much as they would like. The fruit gonna bear what it is that's going on with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you that type of woman that come in and you know how women come to church looking for husbands?
Yes, sir.
Guess how they get them?
Mm.
The way every other woman get them.
With them go get them outfits.
Like Sherry used to say. Well, about her there used to be a song, the Freakum Dress. Ain't that Beyonce's song?
I don't know, but I was doing that.
Oh, they know which clothes is hitting. They know what's hitting.
Mm-hmm.
And like my grandmother used to say, even my aunt, because of the women in my family are on my father's side are big women. Mm-hmm. And like one thing about that is like she used to always say, and I remember to this day, get your foundation together.
Yeah.
My mother used to sit there and she used to love Mary. Yeah, they sound good, but if that girl gonna sing the gospel, she need to put a bra on. You understand?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
But see, and with that being said, Leonard, and I'm coming to you next. Has the standards changed? Because back in the day, man, grandma and them wouldn't, no, you ain't coming here like that.
I never saw my grandmothers ever wear pants.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Not even in their free time.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother, whenever you came by her to our house, you seen her, she had on a house dress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not anything against women.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that women need to be aware.
Okay.
This is the same reason why you have like with Muslims background.
Yeah.
That's boom. That's handled.
Mm-hmm.
It's even to the point where you sit on different sides.
Yeah.
This is one of them different sides issues.
Yeah.
And women need to learn how to be appropriate in the house of the Lord. I don't care how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come in there dressed like no whore.
It's not a feeling thing.
No.
It's not a feeling thing. Anna, what's on your heart? And I got a call. We're gonna go to the caller in just 1 second. So caller, hold on. We're coming to you next.
Okay. And I understand where you're coming from, Leonard. But again, I'll give you guys an example.
And before you do that, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Listening to what Leonard said, not you personally, but could some construe that or receive that as being almost like a chauvinist type attitude or mentality that he's using against women? Because some people view.
I think for some women, yes, and that's exactly where I was going to go. And Leonard, with all due respect, and all the love in the world. One thing people have got to understand: some people know better. I had actually helped a group of kids. They were in their teens. They dressed a certain way, which I don't think a teenager should dress in that way, especially a young lady. And so I tried, they got ready for church. I'm like, what are you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing this. So I had to actually look in my closet because I don't know why I've saved my clothes thinking that one day I'll be a zero again, I guess. So, I went in and I got them an outfit and I said, usually for church, this looks better. Well, the problem was, and this is what I'm trying to stress to everybody and all the listening audience out there, they were never taken to church. They know no better. They may have not had that grandma. I don't know what the whole situation is, but their mother never took them to church. Obviously, dad never took them to church. So guess what? They know no better. So to them, to go into church with some shorts or some tight dress skirt, that's okay. Because that's the way you're supposed to dress. Some high heels. I used to wear like maybe no more than 3-inch heels, maybe, give or take about 3-inch heels. I no longer even wear those. I wear flats because to me, that's more modest. You're even attracting a man's attention by wearing those heels to church. You see what I'm saying? So I think that to a certain extent, Leonard, some people may perceive that way. And that's why I say, why can't we show them? Why can't we come to people with love and maybe pull them to a different section and be like, look, and then just kind of take them as a mentor. And I understand where you're coming because I grew up in a Pentecostal church. I know how it is. I know exactly how it is. I know that firmness. My grandma, I think both of my grandmas would turn over on their graves 10 times they ever knew I wore pants to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be like, you did what? So I understand that. But however, some of these people just really don't know. And it's not about going out and maybe getting them an outfit. It's not, you could go into your closet and, if they're about your size or your old size and you got something there, giving it to them, but just kind of showing them a church service and, hanging out, spending that extra time. It doesn't take too much time. It's not always about the money. It's what you can do to help somebody. I bet you what, rather than the gossip and the concept of what that woman or that teenage girl or that boy or that man is being thought of, I bet you that the negativity rather than the positivity that you can do, I bet you God is going to give you brownie cookies for that and not for the gossip and stuff that's being said that shouldn't be said out there. Just my opinion.
Brownie cookies.
And I'll give you a good example because I was trying to think of an example of a man with the issue. And one of the examples I can give you is God rest his soul is Eddie Long.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, you may not have known about Eddie Long, but you could see that there was some vain issues there.
Absolutely.
Because of the way he stood in the pulpit and that his outfits that he would wear.
Absolutely.
It was not about what he was saying anymore. It was about how he looked. So he started wearing things that showed off his arms because he was working out. He started wearing tight muscle shirts and things like that. Is inappropriate.
Absolutely.
And you see what his end was.
Absolutely.
Because how he really was came out.
Absolutely.
And you saw it in his dress. The wig, everything. That's vanity.
He wore a wig?
Yes. That's
I was just
vanity.
about to say that. He wore
I didn't know that.
That hair was a mess. Because it was fake. And so we saw him starting to change. And look at what happened. We and one thing, and this should be a part of new members class with women.
Absolutely.
Because one, you have to learn how to do this.
Absolutely.
It's not automatic. You have to learn how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so one, it's not about bashing women or what have. Because trust me, and women need to understand, real men are not affected by sexy women. They're not offended.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's undesirable, because I'm a real man about it. I'm gonna look at you.
Mm-hmm.
But trust me, I've been in a position in corporate America. If you think for one moment, I've let a woman know, put it up. It's not that kind of party.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, you know, I know when you're trying to get my attention this way.
And I'm gonna tell you something. And the strange thing about it, man, you'll be amazed. Linda, you may not, but a person will be amazed at DCAM radio, the amount of young ladies that's come across and try to make little slide, little comments and stuff like that towards me. And I just play dumb, man. I just play totally dumb. Like I don't know what you're talking about. I just play dumb. And I go and I talk about what I'm coming together and I talk about whatever I'm supposed to be talking about with you and finish that conversation as fast as I can and get on about my business and get you on about your business. Because like I say, I just know, look, I have a wife. God gave me a beautiful wife. I love her, and ain't nothing that you're gonna bring to this table is worth me losing my wife for. Nah, you take that nice little package you got right there and take it on with you. Take it on with you. Go ahead on. Because I'm going home. I'm going to the house now. Go ahead on.
Raheem, you such a wonderful person. God loves you. Let me lay hands on you and pray for you. You so nice.
Pray the Lord right there. Honda, you better get go ahead on. Go ahead, Anna. What's on your heart? And I'm ready to go to the call after you, Anna.
Put some oil on their forehead.
Yeah, but
get that holy oil, that Crisco.
Women to try, man. And I say women to try because I'm a man, and certainly ain't no man. You come, I had to bust your skull. Come at me crazy now. And so, my experience, women will come at you and they'll try in a slick little way. They'll try to drop a little nugget here, drop a little nugget there, and if you ain't like you're supposed to be, you're gonna start collecting them nuggets, and when you start collecting them nuggets, before you know it, you're gonna get in a situation that you ain't got no business being in. Leonard know what I'm talking about, and so
what nugget? What nugget? What kind of gold nuggets? What
I have
kind
no
of
idea
nugget?
what you're talking about.
You don't. Go
I'd
ahead,
like to say something. Over at the station, I've dealt with Leonard. I've dealt with Raheem. I dealt with maybe 2 or 3 of the other fellas there, because sometimes I do the producing. Before we went home, and I don't know how the conversation came up. I think somebody else was talking about something else, and then that's when Raheem said, women have actually done that to me. We just all kind of looked back. Do you remember that? We just kind of looked back. I said, what? Seriously? Like in a Christian station? He said, yes, you'll be surprised. I said, oh no. I said, like, were they embarrassed? Did they not come back? Because I mean, how dare you, Everybody knows he's happily married. He's got a beautiful wife. Everybody knows Leonard is happily married. He's got a beautiful wife. Everybody knows that really everybody in the station is taken. They have a beautiful spouse. Why would you even go there? And I keep telling, and this is what I told you, right, Raheem? These are people that are dealing with demons, and they don't know how to interact, and they're trying to find your demon and see if they can find your weakness. So if you see something like that, do exactly what Raheem does and run.
Yeah. Man.
I would too.
I played dumb.
I'd run.
I played dumb and I don't have nobody.
I played dumb. Dumb as a bag of rocks. I like it just went over my. It ain't go on my head. I just ain't entertaining. I think we have Lisa with us. Lisa,
I'd be like,
exactly. Lisa,
Yes, I'm right here.
Lisa, what's on your heart right now?
Y'all gonna get ready to get upset with me.
But
it's okay.
It's okay. Come on. Let's get upset today.
Because, I'm going to keep it 100 all the time. And I am a person that went to Baptist schools where they was more stricter than the Catholic schools. Went to Catholic, finished up in the Catholic school, went to all-girl college, been in church all my life, knew the today in 2020, The world is different and the world has changed. Okay? Women got to get up and go to work just like the men got to get up and go to work. Women got to take care of the household and work Monday through Sunday. This world has changed. If you look at it right now, half the pastors got COVID-19 because they thought they was invincible. Okay? First of all, and church has changed. Now you got to stay at home. Church is in the heart. Not in no temple, not in no building. Church, God is in your heart.
Come on.
So with that being said, again, conviction starts in your heart. Showing people how to pray is the key factor. Telling people the truth is the key factor. Because until you take care of you and your body, you will never get anywhere else. Because there's positive attention and negative attention. And the Jezebel spirit is real. The Jezebel spirit will flip all the way to Baphomet. Through a man and through a woman.
Come on.
So until your spirit is true,
come on.
That's the problem. So you can't judge somebody by his book or his cover. Because I done seen more people that are whores, and if you say whores, prostitutes, that's who watched Jesus speak. That's who y'all want to call. He didn't call the lady who was down with the cloth all the way down to her feet. He used the lady that was out there, had been through everything.
Come on. Now see, see, you said you was gonna make us mad, but right now ain't nobody mad but the devil. Cause you telling the truth, sister. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. Go ahead, keep talking.
So with conviction, I know I ride motorcycles now. I went through a whole change from a whole big change. I might get up and ride my motorcycle to church. I ain't coming in no suits because I done been there in the suits. I done been there in the choir. I done been in the praise dance team. I had did it all. And I see everything what that young lady was saying. But the problem is, why are you there? Are you there for your own heart to hear the word? And that's what it all boils down to, is what you there for.
Come on.
And that's why the church don't get it's not big out here no more. And you see a lot of us mixing into the white churches because they come as they are. They don't care if Becky Sue come in with a little old dress. Oh, that's Becky Sue.
Becky Sue.
See, we got too much conviction within our own church and within our own. Period. So that's why times are changing. And that's why to come as you are should, if I get my butt up, I might not feel like putting the suit on. I don't know how many times I did not went to church because I didn't feel like getting dressed, putting the pantyhose, because I came from the time where you had to wear pantyhose to church. You got to have a slip on.
Yeah. Good deal.
Now I done got older and I ain't putting all that on.
Look at it now. Hold on. Now, Lisa, hold on.
I feel you.
Hold on, Lisa.
To get your husband because I don't want him.
Lisa.
He probably been with 3 or 4 other parishioners out here.
Lisa. Let me say this to you, Lisa. Now you keep saying that you don't got older, but you ain't too old to ride that bike, ain't it? What kind of bike you ride? What kind of bike you ride, Lisa? Yeah, I heard you laugh.
I'm a Harley ride. I could say that I'm a Harley rider.
Oh, okay. There you go. We got another caller. Hold on for a second. We got another caller from the 256 area code. 256 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Rico. Just calling from a different number.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Hey, Rico.
What's going on?
All right.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
No, we want to hear your heart, brother. Hold on.
I'll sit back and I watch a lot of stuff in the biker world. It's a whole different kind of world. But I sit back and I watch. And I watch a lot of women and I watch a lot of men out here. And it's a brotherhood, but you sit back and you do the same thing in church. It's no different.
Exactly. Lisa,
you sit back and you see the actions of other people and those that are out here that are trying to do good, regardless of how you dress, regardless of any of that. And I've seen a lot of them do more for others than I've seen those that were out there convicting people and out there convicting people like they was God.
Good deal. Lisa, hold on for 1 second, Miss Lisa. Hold on. I want to go to Rico. Rico, what's on your heart right now?
Well, in my opinion on that, you know, I'm not as big on religion as I am just with being spiritual altogether. But me, myself, personally, I would also know better than to bring that negative energy. I mean, if you don't even look at it in a religious aspect, you still got to look at the energy that you bring into a building. Now, if the energy in that church is a certain way, you don't want to bring a sexual energy into that. And everybody knows how to bring that sexual energy. So my biggest thing is, from the outside looking in, I think the best quote a Christian could ever have is, what would Jesus do? That would answer your question. If you did encounter that person that came to the church dressed the wrong way, you got so many different ways you can approach it. But the best way to approach it is to ask yourself, what would Jesus do? And walk in those steps. That way you won't talk about them, because Jesus wouldn't talk about them. Jesus would approach them and counsel them, because evidently he already knows that it's a sin playing a part or behavior playing a part in their nature that made them prefer to do that in that situation or that setting. So you just you really could actually kill the whole conversation and say, what would Jesus do? And then that would tell you what would do with that person, what you would do if that person came into church like that. And actually, it's inappropriate sometimes for certain outfits to be worn in the club. Some outfits are inappropriate in any setting. But church, you know, me on the outside looking in, I would have enough respect to know, you know, okay, you got to do better than that.
Exactly.
That's my own opinion, because I ain't gonna hang around long.
Hey man, hey, hang out with us, brother. Hang out with us. We only got a few more minutes. Hang out with us, brother. We got another caller.
I just want to say something about that.
Miss Lisa.
Please.
Okay, let me cut. I will, but let me do this. Let me do it. I have another caller. I want to respect of their time as well. So hold on for 1 second. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Raheem. This is Elder Cornelius, man.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing this morning, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just want to chime in before I take another nap before I go to work tonight. What's going on, man?
Right now we're to the point where we're talking about, are there any outfits that are inappropriate for church? Inappropriate for church.
Inappropriate for church?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe they are. You know, some outfits you just can't like tight clothes that's trying to reveal something that you know that shouldn't be being revealed. So I believe that things should be a little loosened up. I'm gonna be short because I know the young lady wants to say something really on her heart. So I just want to also say this as well. Like for me, for an example, for me, I was convicted one time. Forget when I came down here to Georgia years ago. Before I moved down here, I went to go see Bishop Eddie Long, God rest his soul, I pray. And he, you know how much he was into the bodybuilding. And I remember seeing him, and I was like, at that time, my mindset was like, all I think was heavy set, big preachers. So I never seen no preacher with no muscles. So he motivated me to do. So when I got back to Detroit, when I was living in Detroit, I hit the gym hard, and I was laid off. So I had the time to just go hit the gym. And I mean, I worked out hard, cut my body up, ripped it up, and got these muscles. And I was so proud of what I was doing, of what I had done and what I accomplished. I started wearing tighter shirts. And then I wear my suit. But then in my mind, I wanted to show my muscles a little bit. So I'm a deacon. So I'm standing up there. I took my jacket off just to show up a little bit. Now my mind wasn't right.
Wait a minute.
I admit that, but I wanted to show my muscles of what the work that I put in. And
show your muscles.
Even in the church and all that stuff. So then the Holy Spirit convicted me, man. I heard it's clear as day. Put your jacket back on.
Put your
I know that's
jacket back on, man. So in there,
There you go.
What we do and wear tight stuff to be revealing, because sometimes our motives are not right, so we just got to be careful with that.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You see, men and women.
Yep.
We had a minister who was a professional bodybuilder. So, and I remember when Bishop was talking about it because he was in competition. And so when we were announcing people to pray for him for success in his competition or whatever, he did a show. But he didn't do a full stage show. He took off his robe so people could actually see he was a bodybuilder. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff what he did.
Yeah.
Just to see. But even then, Pastor was like, "That's enough."
Yeah. Hold on. I can see Pop right now, boy. Lord,
yeah.
Hold on, son. But
that's what that minister. That's what he did. He was a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And so, it's never going to be what it is with women. Men and women are that different, especially
is there a double standard? And I want to go to Miss Lisa because
there is no double standard. There's a standard for men and there's a standard for women.
Are they judged equally?
Yes. Like the preacher just told you. Did he not use the same example I used before he came online? Because he saw it. He know what that spirit is about. And he said that spirit even checked him.
Lisa said that Jezebel's spirit jumping men and women.
No, because there is no Jezebel spirit for men unless he's a gay man and he's looking for other men.
Hey, how many gay men is running around?
Exactly. And this is how you know them, because they want to be prettier than you.
Wow.
See, they want to be prettier than you, and that's how you know who they are.
They want to stand in the mirror longer than you do,
and that's how you know who they are.
Johnny,
and that's why you need to steer clear of them.
Yeah, Miss Lisa, what's on your heart?
Okay, as I said, the Jezebel spirit jumps into men and the women.
Yes, it does.
And the Jezebel spirit can also take in many different forms, and it doesn't have to be in the gay form. It can be in a sexual form, where they like to have sex with several different women and go through that. It's about the spiritual relationship. And what nobody is seeing right now, and everybody needs to get to that, is this COVID is a spiritual universal thing where you need to get down and dirty with the universe. You need to learn about grounding. You need to learn about your chakras and knowing how to get spiritually incited into God. See, a lot of people are not understanding this. This is a true awakening that people don't have. How you dress comes from the dang on man. Because if you want to believe in the Bible and you can go for the Bible, you're going to believe Adam and Eve because they was outside butt-ass naked.
Wait a minute now.
Oh my God.
Ain't no such thing as nudist church.
Lisa.
Bucket naked.
Sarah, you can wear your get stuff to the butt naked church. You're being inappropriate.
Everybody, hold on. We can't talk at the same time. Ain't nobody gonna be able to hear nobody saying. Everybody, hold on. Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, you ain't just cousin. You drop a word on us.
Yeah, what?
Lisa, this is a Christian station.
What?
Lisa, this is a Christian.
I'm sorry.
This a Christian station.
But I said no word. I did not say no word that wasn't in the Bible.
And you gonna justify it. Lisa.
I didn't say not one word that wasn't in the Bible.
Lisa, you know we love you, man.
You know what's the thing is? It's we were talking about dressing. Right? Yeah. How you know, and then some people were talking about spirit or what have you. I don't care how you feel. There's a way to be appropriate and there's a way to be inappropriate. If you got to talk too much about it, it's inappropriate.
Okay, let me go to Anna. Anna, what's on your heart? Talk to me, Anna. Clean this thing up. Cause hold on. I want to make sure y'all got that word that was just dropped a few minutes ago. Did y'all get that word? Put it in the book. Yeah.
Because you have to think about it. It's a lot of sick stuff going on. Like, say for instance, we might as well just go ahead and smoke in church too, then, huh?
Leonard, you ain't gonna let
They got a smoking section already.
Hold on.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, everybody, hold on. Now, hold on. Now, I went to Anna, and y'all just done stepped all over Anna. Anna, go ahead, Anna.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
And so, so there is a nude church. It's somewhere in mid-US somewhere.
Budget
If
food.
she is telling the truth, I couldn't believe my eyes. Y'all can YouTube it. It is true. I don't see it says supposedly that's how Adam and Eve came, and that's how you got to go to church.
Sick and perverted.
Thank you. That's what I thought. Now, as for the smoking section, and this conviction came over me. I would go to a church, and this was in my, I would say, baby years of going to church. Like when I first got saved, I would go to a church that would say, "Come as you are." Mm-hmm. Come as you are also meant that as soon as you opened up that door, you were smelling cigarette smoke and other type of smoke. And I'm going to leave it at that. You can draw your own conclusion. Other type of smoke is not necessarily marijuana. There was other type of smoke there. And I thought to myself, this is not what God intended. Yes, come as you are. But as soon as you walk out that door, you're telling me you couldn't even wait to get in your car, to drive off, to then deal with whatever demon you're dealing with. No, don't tell me that you also can't hold yourself. And I'm one of those that I will love a Christian till the very end. But this was a very beautiful big church. I said to myself, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't where I can be, because you know what?
Try your call again later.
Isn't right. I wouldn't be surprised, and Leonard, I'm gonna Google it and I'm gonna send it to our message group that we have. If there is actually a church where they actually smoke while they're in it, because they've got all these new rules and stuff that I just don't understand. I thought that the reason why all of us went to church was to listen to the word of the Lord, listen to what needed to be said, take whatever you needed to take, continue working on yourself, and using that as a tool to continue growing, and not lusting, not doing anything else. All of that. These to me are demons. People are actually, I don't care what nobody tells me. Every one of these situations are demons that people are growing with. I've talked to people from the church who told me that they love gossip. Me and you can't be friends. See, I don't like gossip. You see what I'm saying? Especially at the church, because you're going to pull a lot of people away from the church.
Exactly. Sherry, what's on your heart, Sherry?
I said maybe they have a smoking section. I don't know, but the way things are these days, I wouldn't put nothing past nothing, because I have seen some things. Like I said, when you a kid growing up in the church, you see a lot of things that you cannot process. But when you become an adult, you be like, I saw this, I saw that. I didn't know what sister so-and-so was doing, because they would have a section with like older women. They be sitting like, she over there wearing that again. I saw her coming out of so-and-so house. And it's just like, really? Can we just get back to the word? Can we just bow our heads and close our eyes and pray? Why are we doing this? And I did not know about the bucket naked church. I'm like, we up in there. How we laying hands? We laying hands in the bucket naked church. We laying hands. Unmute yourself. Are we laying hands in the bucket naked church? How we laying hands? Where are we putting these hands at? What are we touching? What that ain't that holy in that? Lord Jesus.
Hold on, Sherry.
I will never go to that church in my life.
Everybody hold on for a second.
What kind of oil are we using?
Everybody hold on for a second. Somebody wanted to say, who was that?
That was me. I asked, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Really, I was wondering, did everybody really understand the part about the sexual energy would play, bringing it into that atmosphere of the church? You know what I mean? That like, I think Anna said earlier that she would just put the woman in another place, like in the daycare center or something like that, so the other men would be attracted to it. Well, at 65 years old, I was sexually aware. So I would have noticed that, you know, if she would have been Miss Parker, I would have noticed that in that church too, in that daycare. So really, truly, what it boils down to, even if you take religion out the picture, you have to understand what sexual energy brings into an atmosphere. Regardless of what that atmosphere is, when somebody brings that sexual energy into it, it changes it. So you have to keep it in its place.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in church, you have to keep it in its place. Mm-hmm. Because sexual energy overrules, the energy itself can tank the church.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And so that was just my only point I want to make is about the sexual energy. We really do have to be careful of the sexual energy and just keep it away or put it in the place that it belongs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Donald, good morning, Donald. We have Donald with us this morning. What's on your heart, Donald? Ain't no telling what we're about to get right now. Yes, sir. Way out Wednesday, bro. Way out Wednesday. You know how we do.
Y'all way out there.
Yes, sir. But what what we're talking about, Donald, is and the nucleus is there inappropriate way to dress in the church? That's where we started. Is there an inappropriate way to dress in the church? What do you say to that? Say something. Say something.
Come on, Donald. Tucson. Bring it to us.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
I think that our mindset is going to have to change. Let me say why I say that. Because when people start coming back to the church, you're going to see any and everything. And education or teaching sound doctrine is going to have to take its forefront when they come in the door. Because people from every walk of life is going to come in and soon going to have the sister just said the bucket naked. I have to, y'all stop it. Anyway, somebody will come in smoking a spot out weed. Somebody gonna come in toe up from the floor up, drunk. But see, it's a change of mindset now. That's just me, okay? Because the church, as last I checked, is the hospital for a bunch of sick folks.
Yes, sir.
And what we have done is put a standard out there that we can't keep. Now, when the old ladies back when I was coming up, I heard Leonard said something like back in the day. I was coming up back in the day when there was a young lady came in, quote, coming in inappropriate. They would take a handkerchief or a sheet quietly and put it over their legs.
In some cases, handkerchief ain't gonna work.
Not if you naked.
Put the whole sheet over. And they would also say, I know what I'm going to change the atmosphere, but they would also say, "Come here, baby, let me talk to you."
Yeah. Exactly.
Now what we do is look at her. What's she doing here? That's inappropriate.
And see, my thing is, and I said this earlier. Sometimes a person's in a situation where they really don't have the quote unquote the appropriate clothes. But my thing is, we have to also take the time and realize that this person took their time on a Sunday morning when most people want to lay in bed and sleep and rest. They took the time to get up, get dressed, and put on what they had to come into the house of the Lord. So I think we should give them some kudos on the fact that they did get up and did make their way and did come into the house of the Lord. And hopefully they came in there searching for something that's going to purify them and make them whole so they can walk closer with their Father. That's we have a hard time getting there. We have a hard time getting there sometimes. Bishop, what's on? Good morning, Bishop. How you doing?
And I'm truly blessed this morning.
Hey, Bishop.
Good deal. Bishop, we talking about it and I know you've been listening there for a minute. Is there an inappropriate way to dress for the church?
Appropriate way for anyone to come to church.
Yes. Yeah.
We had a conversation. A young man brought that same question up. He said, "What if a young lady comes to church? She's coming to hear the word, but she wears a G-string bikini?" And I said, "Well, hopefully we have something in the back that we can put on her and cover up." You're supposed to come as you are. Let me explain coming as you are. You come as a sinner to become a saint. Coming as I am.
Come on.
There's a right way and a wrong way, and there ain't no right way. There'll be complete anarchy in the church. The deacons stop doing praise and worship because they're too busy looking at the woman. The sisters and the mothers get mad because the woman comes in half naked because the husband don't love looking at the woman. Do you think that's going to be a peaceful resolution? No. The same thing, church or a man, I'll use both of them. If they got the clothes on, their clothes so tight, ripple, bump, and dump and hump on their bodies, and all of their cleavage is out. And we live in a society where, women are proud to show part of their cleavage. They won't bend to see what they got.
Wicked, dicky, mile sticking.
What was that? Bishop,
did you say wicked?
I heard you, Bishop.
What you say?
I heard
wicked, dicky. Okay, all right.
I heard Bishop.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I got. Okay. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm on the same level he's on. Like I said, you got to keep that sexual energy out of them. And I'm not a religious person, but I have enough respect and common sense to know that we are human beings.
Amen.
And if once you've been turned off to that sexual attraction, curves and everything brings up those spike senses. That's what I'm gonna call it. And when you bring it into the church, everybody gonna notice it, even if you want to ignore it.
That's
good. So the energy's gonna be there. If the man is looking, if he's not looking, he's still gonna hear about it because the wife's gonna let him know that she thinks he sees it if he didn't see it, because their energy is there. The whole word is missing.
Exactly.
So what you do is you counsel. Like I said, don't judge them. Jesus wouldn't take them in the parking lot and judge them. I don't know what Jesus would do, but I believe he would try to save them, and he would talk to them and let them know the reason why, help cover them up, let them know the reason why they should be covered up, and understand the energy that they are bringing into their church or their organization. They could be a Boy Scout meeting. Don't bring sexual energy into it.
And Leonard said he'll have them all in choir robes. He'll have them all in choir robes. Just.
I mean, if y'all can't get it together. That brother is telling the truth. That last brother is telling the exact truth. I mean, I don't have no problem with everything that he is saying, for the very simple fact, that's what it is. It's sexual energy. And women will lie about it or what have you. And fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. But we all know, I know young men that I've invited to church. My brother, for instance, my cousin, won't go to church with me because they say, man, there's too many fine women at your church. I'm like, you think I don't see them? I mean, that's not why I came. But I understand if a brother was distracted. Because you can't deny that. Yeah. You can sit there with your eyes closed, but that's about the best that you can do. And women have to understand, as well as, just chances for that sexual energy to get out and out of control. Like one, you hear a man will joke, well, I can't wait to meet and greet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I can hug me some sisters. Yeah.
Look here.
So, or a woman knows when she's being.
I'm hugging up.
A woman know when, like, I may see you in church and say, "Good morning, sister. How you doing?" Yeah. Boy, you look great. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
A woman knows when she's being looked at a certain way by a man. Yeah. Most women do, I should say. Younger women, maybe not. But older women,
seasoned woman, know.
You know when he. So what you doing later?
Right.
Or they hit you with what you cook. Remember that was the thing. What you cook.
And cause sexual energy. That energy was already in your spirit and in your soul when you went to church.
Good deal. Hold on. Everybody, hold on. Everybody, hold on for a second. Hold on, Leonard. I got another call. Let me go to my caller because I don't know how much time I have with the callers. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Man, this is a good conversation today, y'all. I appreciate this.
It is so good that I have to call in because I'm clocked in, and I have to call in because this is Chris for the 318, y'all.
What's on your heart, sister? Talk to me.
I want to say this, and this is one thing that I want everyone to understand. this is not an issue of man or woman. You know, men have, I've seen women too have sexual content for a man. You know, a man have sexual flow for a woman. But what we have to understand and what we need to do, we need to quit giving people excuses to do wrong. Let me tell you something. People know. There's very few people in this world that don't know the proper dress for a church. It's just that you're being defiant because you know. It's like I tell people, don't use my Christianity as my niceness to take advantage of me, because I'm a hood Christian. I'm gangster Christian. Because that means I'm going to get with you and tell the Lord, forgive me. And I'm going to pray to God, like, give me strength to look over some of their things. Some people come to church just to be disruptive on purpose. Some people are assigned to you on purpose. So we have to separate the people that are doing this purposefully from the people that really that don't have. There's a difference. If it's somebody that's homeless and really don't have it, then yes, we shouldn't say anything. Sister, let me help you. Let me open up the doors. But we got to find our couples that are scammers, because we have to be honest with ourselves. We live in a world of scammers. We live in a world of people that try to get over. We had a person come to our church to ask for a donation because their child was in ICU in another town. Come to find out, she went to 5 other churches with that same story and was lying. We cannot be deceived, and it's possible to see the very least. We have to let the anointing and the Holy Ghost guide us when we're talking to people and let them know. You can't come up to everybody and tell them, hey, sister, your dress is too short, because that's what they want. They're coming in to find a preacher man to be married to. They're coming to find a husband, or they're coming to find somebody to take care of their kids. We have women. I know a man came to our church one time, and them women was on him like white on rice. You hear me? White on rice, single women, because they want a man. And it's the same way with a man. A man come to church, he don't look for a wife. He might be honestly trying to get saved, but it's so much food that is thrown at him, he can't get saved.
Wow. Let me do this. We have another caller. I think it's Cassandra, the third pastor. Good morning, Cassandra. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Cassandra, we're talking about, I don't know if you've been listening to the broadcast this morning, but we're talking about, is there an inappropriate way to dress for church? Is there an inappropriate way to dress for church? What do you say to that, Cassandra?
Yeah. There is an inappropriate dress, but I don't know. I'm sort of torn on this because I deal with a lot of people that are like in the adult entertainment industry and different things. And these young women, they're not thinking about, you know what I'm saying, what we thinking about. If they're coming in because they want to make a change. They're trying to make a change. And they're not thinking about how you're going to perceive them a lot of times. You know, I can't really explain the way I want to right now, but I got a problem when we say come as you are, when God says come as you are, and then when people come in, we got crack the face. You know what I'm saying? And you know, her dress may be too tight because that's what she's used to. That's all she got sometimes. And then them heels she wearing and all of this stuff. Listen, I need church folk to grow the hell up. Excuse my language. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because if you walking in the spirit, you shouldn't even be paying attention to her dress tightness and all this crazy stuff. And yeah, you a man. It doesn't matter. I don't give a darn. It doesn't matter. Get yourself together. Get your spirit right. And when you see that person, first of all, you will discern that there's something going on there, and she's there to get help. So for you to be thinking it with your penis, what the hell? I mean, excuse me, but I think women that are what we consider not the right type women to church them all the time. And I hate when people label them and start looking all stupid. And that's what it is, looking all stupid at them. Grow up. Get in the spirit so that you can see that people are there because they have a need. They're looking for God. And you come in with your judgment on your penis. Come on now. Do better.
Mm-hmm. Now, y'all know why we call her the thug pastor. Now you know why we call her the thug pastor. Hey, I'm trying to make sure y'all got them couple of words. She dropped a few words there too. Y'all make sure y'all put that in the book too. Put that in the book. Put it in the book. Bishop, what's on your heart right now?
I'm just laughing and still thinking about an incident where a guy came to the church. He was sloppy drunk, and I told the ushers, I said, "Hey, look here." And I know about drinking. I know what the drinking, or they're on some kind of substance. They're not going to behave. They're not going to sit quietly. So I very politely said, "Hey, the ushers need to move into the overflow, and where there ain't a whole lot of attention to focus." And the pastor that was at the church with me said, "No, let him come on in. In fact, man, bring him on up here. He need to hear the word today." I said, "Bro, he ain't gonna hear nothing. So do not let him up here." And he let him up there, and the man couldn't even get up and talk and preach because the man was so ignored. And then they took him on down to the overflow room. We didn't put him out. He wanted to hear the word, let him hear the word, put him down there. Then when they put him down there, he said, "I ain't standing out here, y'all." And he said some words. And I said, sometimes as a leader, you better think. So don't play this game. God called. Yeah, well, the devil come in too, don't he? The devil come into the house of God. He sit among the people of God. I said, that man's spirit wasn't right when he's under the influence of another kind of spirit, which is that drug.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And be careful.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, well, just let them come. Now, I'm going to say this, I'm going to shut up if I can. Now, if I'm on the beach, we got a church on the beach. And people on the beach, they wear bikinis and stuff like that. And they may want to come in for a praise or prayer service or whatever the case may be. Well, based on my environment where I am, that may be acceptable. It wouldn't be something that I would encourage. Type of mindset, as opposed to somebody coming to another structure that's on the corner. This is where we have church, and they come in with the baby sit on. Then we would encourage that the mothers get the young men to talk to her and say, for this purpose, this sake. And I'm like, share it. Now, don't, men, you look at it, but don't look too hard. Because that watch you got in your pocket, it may start ticking. You know what I'm talking about. And so then you're going to create another problem. So it's just based on the environment. I would say that at that point, if it had a beach on church on the beach, as opposed to a church on the corner, in the hood, in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Can I add something in on this?
Yes, sir.
Rico?
Go ahead, Rico.
I'm gonna give you a personal testimony. Like I said, I'm not too big as far as religious, but I'm very spiritual. But I got a personal story that's gonna show you how strong temptation is. I didn't realize how strong it was, but I went to church one time. I hadn't been to church in maybe 10 years. And I woke up this Sunday morning and I decided I wanted to go and see. I wanted to just pop in and make my grandmama feel good that I showed up out the blue. So I went in there and I listened to that preacher. And I had been out the night before doing my thing. And that preacher felt like he was talking to me. So I know how that goes. Every time I go to church, I said, man, because every sermon can relate to you somehow if you live such a learn life. But this one time, I started getting like tunnel vision. I never felt like this in my life. I started feeling like a cold sensation. I couldn't see in my peripheral. I could only see like directly at him and see the cross, and it felt like I was glowing. I was elevating. I felt like, okay, this must be what it's like to get saved. I started tearing up. I was about to cry. And I was about to stand up. And it was like I heard a devil or something on my shoulder saying, boy, don't stand up. Don't stand up. You know you want to smoke that blunt. As soon as you get out of here, don't stand up. You know you ain't going to be true to this. You ain't going to be dedicated. Don't do it. But the more and more I sat there, I fought it. I tried not to cry. Those tears came coming down, and I stood up. I just walked up to the front of the church. And in a split second, I seen a woman not dressed in nothing provocative, but she was sat to the point where, whatever she was, if you was a man, you couldn't help but notice it. And when I tell you that tunnel vision and everything left out the door, I ain't gonna tell you the first thing that came to my mind when I seen it. But all the thing I said, oh my goodness. That's in a light way of saying it. And all that feeling and all that sensation went right out the door, and I turned right back into a porn star as soon as I left that church. I was right back and I was ready to make that move. I knew after this got to be what it feels like to want to turn your life over. And I felt so bad on the inside because this woman didn't have on anything provocative. She was just stacked. So that's how strong temptation is. That's when I realized then what the battle is with the spirit. That's with religion, but just with the spirit, with your energy to fight that sexual energy, that sexual temptation. So that's when I knew then, you know what? You can't play. You got to be absolute. And if you come across somebody that is trying and they don't know any better, you counsel them, address it, counsel them, and show them, because evidently, like the woman said a second ago, they're coming into that situation not knowing it.
Exactly. Leonard, what's on your heart? And then we got another caller. We're gonna go to the new caller. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Oh, I mean, I was just listening, but one thing we have to understand, you know, the notion that you can come any way you feel like it and do whatever you want in the temple needs to be addressed. I mean, if you don't reverence nothing, why should anyone else? Well, people don't come to the church because it ain't no difference. Now, you used to have to get, you know, like the brother say, wanted to get himself together, go to church because he know his grandmother probably been praying about him. That would do good for her to see him in church. But when he got there, he was presented with something else. And so it's not that one, even with lasciviousness in the way when people dress, even when there's no intent, it don't have to be blatant. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go in there on first Sunday and sometimes them preachers' wives go get you a new white suit, sweetheart. That one too tight now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not talking about, you know, people in need. Okay. There may be people who need coaching or what have you. But one, you have to be careful. Everything ain't acceptable in church.
Exactly.
And one, we're not talking about salvation. We're talking about being appropriate. And it's not, you know, I can't come in even with a man. You don't come in church with your shirt all wide open and all this type of stuff. That's inappropriate for church.
The taco meat on your chest. No.
And then we have this situation now where we're going to have to deal with the fact of men who want to dress like women in church. So there are issues that must be addressed. There are some people that ain't gonna be satisfied till you sitting there prostituting yourself on that altar. And they will not be satisfied until they have their way in church. Because we have to understand, yes, church has changed, yes, everything has changed. A lot of stuff have changed. But behavior and things are pretty much the same.
Absolutely.
And it's not that people weren't never nasty before. It's just the fact that one, if you're gonna take the time to come to church, at least come with good intentions.
Exactly. We got a few more minutes, and we got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Glow family, how y'all doing, baby?
What's going on, Kurt? How you doing this morning? We're talking about, man, is there an inappropriate way to dress for church? Is there an inappropriate way to dress for church? What do you say to that, Curtis?
Well, yeah, and no. You know, it's a two-sided coin. You know, I've been in church, and I remember one time, man, we was at church. I was the worship leader, man. You know, me up there praise, you know, doing praise and worship, man. The girl came in straight from the strip club. Whatever happened.
Was she wrong, Curtis? Was she wrong in doing that?
No, she wasn't wrong, because sometimes you gotta. It's wrong. I believe, you know. I'm sorry for calling in so late. I had to take my medicine last night, family. So
no, you good.
Kind of put me down. But it's wrong if you know, you know what I'm saying, like you know that look, you know what I'm saying, there's a certain representation in that, you know what I mean, like
it's wrong. But at the same time, sometimes, like with this girl, you could tell that something had happened. You see what I'm saying? And as the worship leader, you know, I was thanking God because I've been working in human behavior for years, so I just could kind of pick it up that something wasn't right with her emotionally and in her spirit. And you have a conversation, but you don't have a conversation after the service. You know what I mean? And you touch it, but you don't touch it because you don't want to just automatically assume. But I could just feel it on our spirit that something had happened. And the thing that went through my mind in that situation was, where at least she had enough sense to know God, to know that was what she could turn to whatever. And she actually wound up becoming a member.
Good deal.
And she wound up becoming I don't want to say a star member because all members are stars, but she actually became almost an auxiliary all by herself, you know what I mean, with the young girls. And I never really asked her what happened. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell something had happened. I had a couple incidences like that. Okay. You know what I mean?
Curtis, we're running out of time, brother. Got to wrap it up for me.
I was done.
Okay.
I was very finished. I was just going to say, you know, given the situation and sometimes you just got to be able to read what that situation is. Like the bro who was like, "Oh, I saw this lady, blah blah blah." Now she probably was in the know. She knew better, you know. But you know, some people turn it into a red carpet event.
Absolutely. We have another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Sherry. I had to call in because I'm having technical difficulties over here.
Lord, my Jesus. Okay, good deal. Let me go to Cornelius. Cornelius, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something right.
Sherry, you want to say something? Sherry, you want to say something else?
Yeah. Something is going on. I just wanted to say something. Jump off because I'm having issues, boss.
Okay. You all right?
Yeah, I'm just saying my phone and stuff is acting up. That's why I was like, I wanted to say what I had to say and get off before you know, y'all get off the air.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
I was just saying, I had a situation when I was at church, probably a couple of months ago, and I had a skirt that was like in between my knee and my ankle, and I was dressed appropriately. I had a nice blouse or whatever. And this man that I've seen at the church several times, he know the word, and he was someone's father. He walked up to me, he was like, "You showed it nice today," and he would say that over and over to me every time I would see him. But my thing of it is that I was dressed appropriately, and it made me feel uncomfortable because you approached me and you knew better. And there's people that don't know better, that they know better in the church, and they do it anyway. And we have to be mindful of like how we approach people and make sure your mind is right. But I mean, the devil gonna always be in there, so we just have to make sure we address it accordingly.
Exactly. Cornelius, what's on your heart, brother? Everybody, mute your phones because we hear conversations going on in the background. If you're not talking, mute your phone for me so we don't hear your extra conversation. Cornelius, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be quick because I know you getting pressed for time. I had a lot of thoughts going through my brain, but I'm gonna say this. One thing I've learned men, we are stimulated by what we see, and women are stimulated by what they hear. And I guarantee you, a lot of brothers, that's the first thing we do. We spot a woman. We're looking at the outer attraction of a woman before we even think about what's on her brain. And that's something that me and all of us deal with. That's just part of that's part of our nature.
Absolutely. Cassandra, what's on your heart right now?
Trying to be transparent. Trying to be transparent here.
Absolutely.
I remember going into the church first time. All I had when I came back to God, all I had was jogging pants and gym shoes. And in that, I remember a child coming up to me in the church and telling me, why you always coming to church with just jogging pants on? And that hurt me. And it disappointed me because I knew I didn't have much. I was searching for something for my life to change. And sure enough, I prayed about it. And sure enough, the church blessed me with several outfits. And I had to spend a dime. And clothes started coming to me that was perfectly fit. So I will say this to say that. If you're truly seeking God and you want to change in your life, God will provide the needs that you need to change properly. And that's something that's so key. And I'm going to say this one last quick thing. I've had a woman, when I was out there in the world, she had just came from church over to my house. And this is before I got rededicated back to Christ. And we had sex. She had just came out of church. Sunday morning service. And come to my house for us to do what we needed to do.
Wow. Cassandra, what's on your heart right now?
In our own time. So I just want to say that, man.
Absolutely. Your phone was skipping in and out. I didn't know whether you had finished because it was kind of skipping on me a little bit. So I wasn't trying to interrupt you. It's just that it was going out and in. But Cassandra, what's on your heart?
No, I'm glad for this brother's transparency, and I like it when people can just be transparent, because there are people that operate like that. It's women and men that do that. Go to church, single people, and go right on out and do what they're going to do. But as far as the purpose, I appreciate the brother that said that, he went and they finally, see, this is what church people should do. If you see somebody in a meeting, if you feel like the sister clothes is too tight or whatever you do, then the older, this is where the elders, this is where the women, the mothers, but the mothers trying to, I'm 61. It's certain things I'm not going to wear to church. But I see mothers at church, they got more boobs out than the young girls. Their skirt tighter than the young girls. And we just have to read. If we want to lead, then lead by example. Lead by example. I don't say you have to dress old, because I'm not going to dress old. I dress age appropriate. But if somebody comes in and they need to change the way that they look, you feel like, okay, their pants too tight, their skirt too tight, whatever. Then you talk to them, but you don't judge them, you don't treat them bad. That's not God. So I'm just saying about how we treat people. And for me, I will take a hooker straight from the club to the church. I don't care what she got on. If she wants to go to church, she will go to church and whatever she got on. And then I'll deal with you. You say something or you give some side look, I'm coming to you. It's just something, no.
Exactly.
We have to do better.
Exactly. Lisa, are you still with us? Lisa, are you still with us? I think we may have lost Lisa. Okay. Let's keep this thing going. Bishop, what's on your heart right now?
Well, listening and learning. That's one thing I say. Listen and learning. And I know and realize I can blow my spirit on. But the Bible does say, let all things be done decent and in order. And in the book of Timothy, 1 Timothy 2:9, it told women how they ought to dress modest with shamefacedness. So this is a religious station. We talk in a sense that people can understand what we're talking and explaining, but I always want to go back to the Bible and show us the Bible says nothing. So I'm going to let you come. I'm not going to dog you out. I'm going to preach and I'm going to talk about the importance of what you need.
Exactly.
Let us understand it, but I target a man or woman. They come in dressed a certain way.
That's right. Now we have someone from the 256 area code. We miss a lot of people. Who is that with the 256 area code? Who is that?
That's Rico. That's me.
Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Well, I know you get ready to close out, so I just want to leave everybody with the thought that, even on the outside looking in, I'm not all religious and everything, but I do understand that once y'all do cross over and get to that point where you're in that path, the fight against sin doesn't stop. And temptation is one of those things. If your fight to stay in that path it's still always going. That's just like if you a recovering crack addict or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You still in that fight to remain sober. So y'all are still in that fight, even though you're in a better place than I am religiously. You're still in the fight to fight against all those sins.
Mm-hmm.
Temptation being one of them. And
exactly.
You know, you have to understand the power of that sexual energy with temptation. It ain't gonna ever stop. And human nature plays a part in that, like the guy said before.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's just, you have to be appropriate in the church, appropriate for all places that sexual energy doesn't belong.
Okay. Now, Rico, we need you to call back in sometime, brother. We definitely need. We here every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 until 9. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. We need you to call back in, brother. Anna, what's on your?
I ain't no early bird. Y'all too early for me, man.
Man, get up out that bed, man. Get up out. Man, you on the phone. You ain't on the video. You on the phone. You can lay in the bed and talk.
Hey, I mean, when y'all just started too early, man, I'm just going to sleep.
Oh, look
That's
here.
why I don't get to every show because, you know, y'all early in the morning, man. So I just looked up and got up early today.
Good deal, and appreciate you did, man. I definitely appreciate it. Anna, what's on your heart?
Okay, so I got 2 things to say. First one, I'm going to start with today at noon. It's lunchtime with Anna. Do not miss my show. I have a special guest. Sherry's coming on to talk about.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, you have tag team today to talk about what it is to go through certain things she's gone through. I'm not going to go into detail, and she could talk about what she would like to talk to and not talk to, and how Christ has helped her walk through that. We are going to have 2 poets come back up on air for National Poetry Month. So I'm excited to hear those 2 poets. And I may, it's fingers crossed. If it won't be this week, it'll be next week for sure. I have 2 family members that are working the front lines that will be coming on air to talk about COVID-19 and what it is causing in places such as New York, California, and other big cities. So please listen in. My second thing is Minister Cassandra Green. Is she still online?
Yes. Cassandra, you still with us, right?
Yeah.
I admire the way you speak, especially of women. Some have been dragged, and I said this at the beginning of the broadcast. Some have been, running the streets, didn't know any better, weren't raised any better, and maybe even the strip club. It is amazing what you do, and God will bless you. And I'm telling you, anytime that you like, please give me a call, because I would love to bring these girls to our Father's kingdom. And again, to each and every one of you guys have some judgment to make. And this is for men and women, as I said from the beginning of the broadcast, for men and women, because men do it too. They have those lusting little demons around them. Okay, so if you want to be what Christ calls you to be, do not sit here and judge anybody. Work with them, work to help them be a better human being and a better follower of Christ, and to be more like Christ. You people that are like that, I love you guys even more. The ones that got gossip, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to hear about it. Okay, that's it. Love y'all.
Good deal. Let me go to Donna. Are you still with us? What's on your heart, Donna?
Yeah, man. It's a good conversation. There's 2 sides to every story. Either the glass is half full or half empty.
That's right.
Now I can understand us having this type of conversation with a person that's been in the church for 10, 15, 20 years. They should know by then that there's a certain way that you conduct yourself, dress appropriate, or whatever the case may be. But if you're just coming in, we have no business snirking our nose at somebody that because you got an issue. That's your problem. If the skirt is too short or the cleavage is showing and you looking crazy and you've been in the church all your life, you're still dealing with a demon that's in you. It's not their fault that they haven't grown in the wisdom and the knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, or don't know how to what we say appropriately dress. That's your issue that you deal with. Now, Curtis said something. Men is what we look. Women hear. I can't share what I inbox you. That actually happened because, you know, when women, and I say this because there's some, they get excited about the spirituality of a man because everybody qualifies. I mean, some women look for spiritual men so that excites them and motivates them. And the first thing that, if they would be honest, that turns them on.
Wow. Wow. That's good. That's good. Sherry, what's on your heart? Quickly, Sherry.
Yeah, I just want to say again, basically, I've been in church for years and I know better and I know how to approach people and everything. So I don't want people to think that I'm just gonna, you come to church and you come dressed like any who did it and why, whatever. I'm going to condemn you. That is not what we're set here to do. We are set here to do to help. And you have to, people are sensitive with certain subjects. We don't know them, they don't know us because they just dropped off the street. So we have to be mindful in our Christian walk that we approach them and say, like I said, my mom has taken them out and taken them to lunch and bought them clothes to be taken a nice way. It's a nice way to do it. Don't put them on Front Street. There's a way to do that. So I'm just saying that's what I said. And I mean, I agree with some of everything saying, but we have to be mindful as people in Christ. We have to treat our brothers as we would want somebody to treat us.
Absolutely.
In a loving way. Period.
That's good. That's good. Let me we're ready to get on out of here. Who I got left here now? I think that's it. Cassandra.
Yeah.
I want one more closing thought from you, Cassandra. What's on your heart?
No, I'm grateful that I hope people don't get offended by the way that I talk because it's just certain subjects that just because of what I do, you know, I'm on the street. I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I get really passionate, you know, about the church and judgment and stuff like that. I feel, man, it bothers me because if the person is crying out for help, man, I don't care what they come in the church with. Not even the drunk addict, whatever, you know, the drunk, you know, I don't care. If you have the sense that you want to come in, I'm not talking about demons. And that's why we need discernment. So we don't recognize it. If it's demon, you know, for this person coming in and they acting up or whatever, then you have to deal with that a certain way. But I'm talking about people that just crying out to God. We just kind of do better, man. I want people to come to God and find some love and kindness. Because He's drawn all of us. So we need to exemplify that same type of love wherever people are when they're trying to reach God.
Exactly. Let me Rico.
Yeah.
Man, look here. I'm gonna put you on the spot, brother.
What's going on?
And I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't no judgment here. This is a no judgment zone. All right. I want you to know that. This is a no judgment zone. We're not gonna judge you in any kind of way at all. All right.
Okay.
I want to preface what I want to say before I say it. But brother, I want you to pray us out.
You want me to take y'all out?
I want you to pray us out.
You said no, we ain't say killers. We said killers.
You put me on the spot right there, man. I'm trying to take.
Did you do the 3 o'clock, Ryan?
Hold on, Sherry.
What I want to do is I want to pray that the universe covers everybody, regardless of what religion they study, regardless of what practice that they preach, whatever they preach. Yeah, I want them to be all positive. Everybody to be positive, grow, be successful, and be mindful of life. Respect life and respect this one life that we do know we have. Treat each person like you want to be treated. Because regardless of you are tied in a religion or not, we still got to share this place together. And we got to survive together. And we're in a situation now where this virus is not discriminating, whether you're rich, poor, or religious or atheist. It's not discriminating. So now it's getting to a point where we got to get back to the basics and we got to love each other. And that's human nature. And I'm gonna take it to the flow like that.
Say amen.
Yay! That's awesome. I love it.
Amen. Beautiful prayer, Rico.
Absolutely. Good deal. Good deal. Now, hold on. Let me go to Sherry. Sherry, what's going on at 3:00 today?
At 3:00, if you have not seen this show in its entirety, you can see it again at 3:00 on dkmradio.com.
Good deal. Good deal. We got people still calling in, but we're going to get out here. So
it's a hot topic.
Yeah, it is. It is. But we're about to get out of here, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank everybody for allowing DKM Radio and the Morning Glow to be a part of your morning. Now, it is now 9:18. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now, we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take this light out into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. We're going to play ourselves out right now. Y'all have a great day. Again, love you, and take the opportunity, take the time, if you don't mind doing so, and love someone else. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.